Welcome back to The Express at Crowsberry Farms in Langley. You're watching our day trip special, and up next we're taking you to Canada's largest peat bog. It's 6 times the size of Stanley Park, and it lives in Delta.
Far away from the hustle and bustle of Stanley Park is Metro Vancouver's best-kept secret.
It's just so awesome, is how I would describe it, because there's just so much to see.
Like the majestic old-growth trees and colorful flora, all buzzing with activity.
Burns Bog is actually ancient. It was formed at the end of the last ice age, 7,000 years ago.
Sandeep Kaur's been giving tours of Burns Bog for years, and she's still fascinated by the stunning array of plant and wildlife species found here.
The plant that we're looking at here is Spirea, which is the same plant that you would find in Aspirin. We have more than 200 species of birds, countless amphibians and reptiles. You know, it's just such a great place to see the true biodiversity of a wetland.
So what is Burns Bog? Well, it's actually one of North America's largest deposits of acidic peat. 6,500 hectares of land covered by water and decaying plant matter, which gives the soil its reddish color.
It looks red, but you lean into it and it turns gold.
And while the water breathes life into hundreds of species, it's also responsible for the destruction of a few.
A lot of people will come into the bog and they'll look around and see our dead or dying trees and think that the bog is unhealthy, but actually it's a good sign. It tells us that there's high acidity, high humidity, and low nutrients, which means that the bog is healthy.
It contributes to the unique landscape of this ancient wetland, where thousands of people come to enjoy walks, rides, and summer activities.
Right now we're having summer day camps down there, and this year we've never had so many people register their children.
The bog has shrunk over the years thanks largely to urbanization, but that just makes Sandeep even more appreciative of what she and the rest of Metro Vancouver has.
I'm very lucky that the outdoors is my office. I'm always learning new things. I'm always awestruck by what I find in the bog, and just seeing people discover their backyard is simply amazing.
I'm Chung in Delta for The Express.
Did you know that bogs are responsible for reducing 10% of the world's greenhouse gases? So thank you very much, Burns Bog. And we have more green good times with our next day trip idea. It's a garden oasis where you'd least expect it, just off the low-heat highway in Coquitlam.
Would you believe this garden oasis is just minutes from the low-heat highway in Coquitlam? Well, it is, and it's also the perfect spot for a picnic. But before we do that, we're taking you to Giancarlo's Italian Deli.
This is one of the nicest deli in this neighborhood.
To pick up some of their famous sandwiches.
The sandwiches are great. I mean, best there is. They're Italian.
We have people that come from all over. We have people that come from Surrey, from Maple Ridge, just to have sandwiches.
Giancarlo's is a family business.
It's my son Ricardo, Johanna, and myself.
Can I get a turkey capicola sandwich?
It's not pre-made, we made at the moment, and we do with lots of love.
We put olives on the side instead of vegetables. Most places put vegetables, but we put olives because that's what the Italians like.
That looks delicious. There you go. Now we're off to Colony Farms Regional Park. First stop, their huge community garden. Elizabeth, we're standing in your garden. What's growing here?
I have everything like herbs and vegetables.
Elizabeth Bartowski has been gardening here for 10 years. Everything from strawberries to
seeds for parsnips.
With over 50 vegetables and flowers, she's got a lot to teach me.
Oh, cucumbers.
No.
Oh, I know, zucchinis.
Zucchinis.
Okay.
Yes.
Gardening is hard work. Good thing Colony Park has picnic benches for a reporter and her shooter to enjoy their deli sandwiches. I'm Bianca Solterbeck in Coquitlam for The Express.
A fun way to see Colony Farm Regional Park is to take a bike tour. You can ride for hours on the limestone trails.
And I think we'll need the extra exercise once you see what's up next.
We've got 80 or so pickers picking the product, getting it here, and then we sell it either fresh or we're doing something with it, like making pies.
Famous pies in Langley.
There you go.
And famous donuts in Deep Cove.
Those are the most famous donuts, as you've heard, all over the place.
The Express. We are your local voice.
Community programming on Shaw has been generously sponsored in part by
Makeup services for Shaw TV, provided by Beauty Mark.
Community programming on Shaw has been generously sponsored in part by
Hairstyling and color services for Shaw TV, provided by The Lounge Hair Studio, loungehairstudio.com.
That bread is looking awful good.
Welcome back to the Express at Crowsberry Farms in Langley. When I think about how busy life on the farm is, I wasn't even thinking about the bustle in here.
Yeah, well, I mean, we've got 80 or so pickers picking the product, getting it here, and then we sell it either fresh or we're doing something with it, like making pies.
Making pies and pies. How many pies do you sell every day?
Oh, anywhere between 300 and 500 pies.
That's amazing.
It's a lot of staff needing to pinch pies.
And you're kind of famous for the pies, but that's not all that you make. So there's, of course, fruit pies, fruit custard pies, something new this year?
Donuts.
Berry donuts?
Well, yeah, they're really good. This is the year of the donut, we heard.
It's the year of the donut. I like that. That sounds pretty good. And then, of course, the corn pizza, which is kind of different as well.
Yes. Yeah, that's one of our specialties. It's made with our own corn. Yeah,
it's quite the production in here.
They're doing well. We've got some great staff.
Yeah, then how are you staying so slim there, Al?
Right now I'm running around. You should see me in winter.
Yeah. I just be eating donuts all day. Besides all the delicious baked goods, you can also find fresh raspberries and strawberries here at Crowsberry Farms. Now, another place that's famous for its donuts is Honey's in Deep Cove. And after all these years, it's still one of the top things to do on a day trip there.
A day in Deep Cove means gorgeous vistas, great people watching, and time on the water.
Kayaking is a fantastic thing to do, whether it be with your family or if you're wanting to do a tour. We've got daily Deep Cove Explorer tours. They run every single day from 1 o'clock till 4 o'clock. No experience necessary, or you can just do a simple 2-hour rental. I think that Deep Cove is a popular place to come just because of its beauty. We are so close to Vancouver. We have all the wildlife, the seclusion, the relaxation. We are a very small community, so it's really family orientated, as well as being 20 minutes from downtown Vancouver.
Once off the water, you can wander through the shops on the main street and get a bite to eat at Honey's.
Do you have it?
Well, we have freshly baked goods made on premises. Our signature item is honey donuts. Those are the most famous donuts, as you've heard, all over the place. And we serve breakfast all day. There you go.
Well, we kind of hang out down by the waterfront and looking at all the activities on the water, and that looks to be the best thing to do here. It's a very peaceful, very tranquil place. The mountains are beautiful, and they do great coffee and donuts here.
We're staying in a friend's house who lives in North Vancouver, and they said this is somewhere we must come and see. And it's just really nice to be able to wander around and not feel like a tourist and be part of it, and everyone really chats to you. It's very, very pretty.
It's a hidden gem. It's a beautiful place to visit. There's so many things to do. There's hiking, a beautiful hike, Quarry Rock. There's kayaking to do. So there's a lot of activities for a little small place.
Activities that will keep locals and tourists to Deep Cove busy all summer. In North Vancouver, I'm Kendall Harris for The Express.
On the last weekend of August, it's Deep Cove Days at Panorama Park in downtown Deep Cove. On September 11th, here at Crossberry Farms, it's the annual Feast of Fields, the Gourmet Wandering Festival. Very classy too, with your linen napkin and your wine glass. Now that's it for today's Express Day Trip Special. Thanks for joining us everywhere from North Vancouver to Delta to Steveston to Coquitlam to here in Langley. We'll see you next time.